The marketing gurus call it the next big Audi. And certainly for the premium brand, the arrival of the A1 is a big event. But in real terms, the A1 is not a big car. Instead, it relies on the cute factor, on its premium execution, and also on the trend towards smaller cars for its sales success. Fortunately, there's more to the A1 than just that. For starters, let's confirm that the A1 feels every inch an Audi and nothing like the Volkswagen Polo it shares some underpinnings with. But then an A3 doesn't feel like a Golf either. Driving the A1 is to be presented with that typically solid, engaging, dynamic experience that's dictated by the four rings hatchback DNA. And of course, the design is unmistakably Audi too. The A1 attracts a lot of attention is a good sign, and this is a car that turns heads. But not everybody enjoys the design. The best perspective is perhaps here from the front, where that large Audi grille and the LED daytime running lights underline its identity. But the rear perspective is a lot more controversial. This tailgate has an unusual overbite, and the taillights stand proud of the metalwork. Add the shorter, almost squashed dimensions and the A1 can look awkward and even dumpy. But it's also eye-catching, especially when the arched roofline is emphasized by the optional pillars in contrasting hues. Our test car featured an extra-cost optional S-Line package. It adds bigger wheels, color coding and a subtle body kit to the equation, which injects an element of visual aggression. The kit also serves to suggest that there's more to the A1 than the cute factor associated with being the new baby in the family. The graphic LED-lit shapes that adorn both headlights and taillights are a further Audi trademark, while those big wheels and fat tires suggest at least some performance potential. The A1 comes with three engine choices, 1.2 turbo, 1.4 turbo and 1.6 turbo diesel. But it's this 1.4 TFSI petrol that we think will be the most popular member of the range. It produces 90 kilowatts and 200 newton meters of torque and feels pretty zesty across the entire rev range. Gearbox choices include a 6-speed manual and, like this car, a 7-speed S-tronic dual-clutch transmission. The TFSI engine is one of the new generation small displacement turbocharged units enjoyed across the Volkswagen Audi family. It offers the dual benefits of good low-down shove and extended output thanks to its turbocharger, but retains good fuel consumption because of its high-efficiency design and small capacity. The dual-clutch S-tronic gearbox helps matters along even further, although the shift action felt unusually hesitant in this application compared to its usually snappy changes in other Audis. Our personal preference would be the standard 6-speed manual box. There's good news and bad news inside the car. The good news is the quality of the execution in terms of ergonomics, comfort and overall equipment levels. The bad news is all at the back. The headroom at the rear is severely limited by the arc of the roofline, and the boot isn't that big either. So the A1 is not exactly a four-seater, but it's perfect for singles, young couples or empty nesters. It's a nicely laid out space though, with all the most important features and executed to Audi's expected upmarket standards. The ergonomics are sound and there's a convincing aura of quality. The pop-up screen and Audi's basic multimedia interface are standard, allowing intuitive access to various vehicle systems and features, but you pay extra for the sat-nav and Bluetooth phone kit. The screen folds away when not required. As mentioned, the boot is small, but the rear seats fold down to add more cargo space, and there is a spare wheel, albeit a space-saver Mari Biscuit type. But the A1's most compelling talents become apparent on the move. "90 kilowatt doesn't sound like much, but in a small car like the A1 it does provide plenty of poke. Besides, because it's turbocharged, it doesn't suffer the altitude-related power losses you get with normally aspirated engines. As a result, this car does the 0 to 100 in 8.9 seconds, top speed 203 kilometers an hour. That's pretty brisk, if not hot hatch fast. However, the A1 doesn't only rely on straight-line speed for its dynamic appeal. The undisputed highlight of the A1 is the handling. The electric power steering might feel a little bit on the numb side, but the turning is crisp and there's lots of traction with no sign of understeer even at the limit. It's more benign and easier to drive, in fact, than its closest rival, the Mini, although it's maybe not quite as immediate. Ride quality is good with a cohesion and tautness that allows ample chassis feedback without feeling crashy or unrefined. It suits the sporty character of the car. There are a lot of reasons why one shouldn't buy an A1. Among those are the limited rear headroom, the small boot, and of course the high price tag. But on the positive side, the 1400cc turbo engine has a lot of go, the handling is thrilling and benign at the same time, and the interior is well kitted out. I really like this car, and I suspect a lot of South Africans will do too. With ample urge from the lively turbo engine, the A1 always feels sporty, while a well-tuned chassis and crisp steering add agility and involvement. Fuel consumption is impressive too. The A1 is a premium offering with lively dynamics and superb handling. Rear accommodation is limited by poor headroom, and we prefer the manual gearbox, but this car pleases on all other fronts.